go there. So if you go to GoDaddy here, you basically just type in whatever domain name you want. So, for example, you can type in, Wendy.vip, for example. Okay, that's gone. Right? Oh, Wendy AI, you should get that. Oh my God, that's insane. Wendy.ai, that if you don't buy it, I'm gonna buy that. So, or like wendyvip.com. So things like this, you can buy it and then redirect it. So when you buy it, it's gonna have a button that says forward, and then you forward it to the page where your Telegram channels, people can join it, and then it's only one-way communication.
What methods do you use to create compelling lead magnets and ensure high conversion rates?
Well, high conversion rates comes with the relationship that you have. So the longer people spend with you, the higher the conversion. That's why I always like to run live events, right? So if I'm flying around the world, I'll speak on stage, I will do live webinars, I'll do partnership webinars. And then do you know the one that got the highest conversion? Every time I do this, I always make a lot of money, right? Like it's what we call big tent, small tent strategy, right? So what you do is you find people that run things in your industry that have a lot of exposure, you give a lot of content for free, right? And then you invite them to a smaller tent, which is more targeted, where you can do Q&A, where you can spend longer with your audience, and then people will pay for that next part, right? So that's why it's content for free, but it's implementation for a fee.
Could you share with us the webinar structure you use for high conversion? Is there a template?
Oh God, there is a template. Hold on, let me log. Okay, I'll log into my membership site so you can see, right?
I can tell that they are very good because I get them.
So, okay, so this is one that I use for my membership. So we have, for example, success.club. This is what people pay for $47 a month for, right? Because some of you are asking for my friend's name. She actually did a whole masterclass in here. I'll find her name for you. So her name is, where is it? Gone, Dr. Stephanie. Ashley, here we go. So she did a whole masterclass on this. So that's Cashley there.
So this is to show you an example of how much you can earn on articles once you are getting a lot of views, right? That 350,000 views is a lot.
So this is one of the courses, but the other one is we have a marketing university. So I click on that, right? Here it is. So I've got a whole section like lead generation. Like if you want to generate leads, like Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Facebook Advanced Marketing, mini broadcast, IG broadcast, mini posting, viral marketing, Facebook ads, TikTok. But if you want to do sales conversions, this is basically the webinar template. So webinar domination. So this is the whole thing. So this is like an hour and Q&A session, hour and 20 minutes long. So I'll show you the structure, right? Let me find it. So there's 4 parts to it. When you do a webinar, you have 10 steps for the opening, 10 steps for the content, 10 steps for the transition, 27 steps for the part offer. All right, so let me jump to the opening. So the opening is, tell them what's in it for them, have relating pain points, tell them how it all started, give you a discovery, have a disclaimer, why should they listen to you, who is this for, qualify the audience, the myths, and then your secret system, right? So that's how you open on a webinar, right? And I do a whole case study on one of my own webinars to break it down. And then the next one is content delivery. So your content delivery you need to name the strategy, teach how to do it step by step, build a big picture of the end result, show examples, case studies, give an analogy, metaphor, show proof, give testimonials, and then have what we call the belief system shift, right? Then the transition is your blueprint, the summary, why people fail, why people need to learn, your why, what did it do for you, what do you normally charge, and then do something special and the permission to sell. So that's the transition. And then we have the fourth part. So the offer. So offer part 1 is the name of your offer and what's the big picture. Part 2 is give 3 to 5 bonuses. Tell them what's in it for them. Value stack and give the total value. And part 3 is drop down direct links to buy, give a risk guarantee, put a risk guarantee to create your products and services. What happens is it increases your conversion, right? And then part 4 is that part there. So step by step how to buy, price increase, get prepared for questions, live Q&A, reveal the email, WhatsApp, summary slide, recap, call to action, and then that's it. So it's a 57-step template. I normally spend like 3 days talking about how to do this, but anyway, I just give you the rundown of how that's done.
Thank you for that. Do you recommend buying .vip and .ai?
.ai definitely, because AI is going to be, I mean, for example, my johnlee.ai, once my mini-me is available, you know, like now you ask me questions now, it's going to be like an AI avatar. So I've cloned myself as well. So this is my John Lee clone. Look.
But could you do also maybe a breakdown on like the top 4 or 5 domains that we should buy so that we can occupy them and actually use them? It's .com for sure, but then .ai and...
So .com, .club, .ai, .xyz, because XYZ is for the Web3 blockchain space. So those will be the top 4.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Do you know anything about blockchain space? Do you?
Oh, and .io is good as well, if you're doing apps and things like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are some good incentives to offer for the sale of physical products at an online store?
To get viewers AGI. Of all of
If you've got an online store, you
Right,
can
it's
still link.
okay.
So all these things have the ability to,
Даже клуб, наверное,
like let's say someone purchases something, you can then do an API integration that sends a physical store the thing that sends out. For example, my books, if you buy my book, it goes out and the shipping store will get the address and they'll send it out for you. So there's lots of things that do that as well. Also, just so you know, a lot of the places now are accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. So the shopping carts like Samcart that will actually take income through Bitcoin, Ethereum, and things like that as well. So I recommend all of you start charging some money in crypto, because crypto can grow really big.
Сегодня понедельник.
But it can also go the other way as well. So that's why you don't want to do all of it. You take a small percentage.
Oh, maybe they're not.
Я пропустила, что он
Alright.
говорил, но мы записали, что это
I
charge
see.
small amount.
I see some questions. A longer one. John, what would you advise for a physical product business? It's kids at home indoor play gym, an average price of $1,300. We can't put overhead costs for discounts since it's already a high ticket item. So we don't offer discounts. Our strategy is to give store credits of $100 to $150 to incentivize people, but we can't do this often. Any suggestions on how we can diversify our offers?
Yeah, I would have an online version of what you offer, because physical products have too much overhead. That's why digital products always have, for example, if you look at my membership site, so for example, this one here, this marketing university is $10,000 a month. So $10,000 a year membership is all digital. There's no outlay or cost to this or anything, right? It's got all of my coaching sessions and everything that I've done. So basically I take all this content that I've put and I put this into my mini-me. So now my mini-me can answer any question like I would, like one-to-one. So your physical, I think, is fine, but you want to create online community of it because your margins are so much higher.
Mm-hmm.
Но он не идет в
How do you
детали,
measure
как?
customer
Ну, наверняка
acquisition
там, что
cost
можно
before
делать,
launching
ты
and
записал,
after
это
launching?
мои детки занимают,
So I can
да.
predict
Да.
with high degree of certainty how much people are going to buy my stuff, because it's all a numbers game, right? It's qualified as well. So typically, you know, if people have paid for something, then the conversion's a lot higher. If it's free, you'll get lower show rate, but the conversion is also low, but then you get volume. And it doesn't cost that much to advertise in terms of a paid versus a free. So you have to balance it out. You can't just do paid, you can't just do free stuff. You have to do a combination of both.
Mm-hmm. Can you expand on how to go about the minime.ai?
So that's a bit more complicated. Because I have like 3 PhDs, you know, a lot of them from like Silicon Valley, like MIT, Stanford. So these are like super brainy people that are programming stuff. So what I'm doing with Mini-Me, so a lot of you asking, well, John, how do you monetize with the Mini-Me, right?
That's easy.
The Mini-Me is all about how do you create your knowledge and how do you charge for it. So people don't really like subscriptions that much anymore, but what they love are micropayments. So let's say, for example, you're talking to my Mini-Me, right? And then, you have to load it up with credit. So every time you use my Mini-Me, you're gaining tokens, like John Lee tokens, and those John Lee tokens can go up and down in value and then can be transferred into some utility. So let's say, for example, you use John Lee Mini-Me for like a year, you might accumulate enough tokens to come join me in Bali, for example, right? So that's the new phase of social media, which is social media finance, almost like decentralized finance.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if I show you an example of how decentralized finance works, okay? So again, I'm not asking you to invest in this, I'm asking you to see the power of this. So I put in, there's 35,000 in this account, and in one day it would generate 0.5%. So already I took the money out this morning, and it's generated $58 already. So this will generate $170 per day of interest, right? So then how does that work for your coins? So if social media finance, when people watch it, they accumulate coins or tokens. Those tokens, just like if you leave money in the bank, you get interest. You can also stake your tokens and you get paid interest as well. So that's how decentralized finance works. It's another, I wish I had another,
It's a
org
future
to
Another
organize
maybe.
that.
Yeah.
This is the next evolution of what's about to come. So I'm telling you now to get prepared for it.
So get ready, people. John, I think we're at the end of the session, and I want to ask you if you have any closing words for our members after this beautiful session that we just had with you.
Look, the number one thing you need to focus on every day is what we call TLC, traffic, leads, and conversion. That's it, right? So if you focus on getting traffic, the leads will automatically come and the money will automatically come. If you do these 3 things, I promise you, like, you won't have to worry about money again. So that's why focus on the content. And again, you don't have to do, like I showed you in this one, how to generate leads without having any
Okay, we
phones.
can stop
So
this.
those